Born in Buenos Aires.
No, I'm talking before
No,
you get into...
no, not very long. I have no memory of that. Maybe 1 month or something like that.
Month in Lisbon, just waiting for the ship.
Yes, but we had the visa, so there was no big problem.
And where did you stay? In a hotel or?
Yes.
It all cost a lot of money to wait in a hotel for a
Sure,
month.
sure.
It's a lot of money.
I don't think we had much. I think my father didn't have much money. I think no.
And what was the?
No, we were helped.
Yeah.
No. Dr. Fari helped us a lot. We were with him. And his wife, who was born in Argentina,
yeah,
they stayed with us for some time. They had to wait for the boat too.
Yeah.
And I think he helped my father with money. My father had debts. I don't know if he ever gave the money back or not. They stayed friends, so I think the things were arranged afterward.
Yeah.
But,
and then you got on the boat for 10 days all the way to Argentina?
Yes.
What was the condition on the boat?
Oh, very good. It was, we didn't work when we were not in first class,
yeah,
but we had a cabin.
Yeah.
Had a cabin.
And there was food and...
on the boat?
Yeah.
Yes. But Portugal was not occupied.
Yeah.
Portugal was, you had everything. Where's the cat?
Outside.
Oh,
I'll open it.
Yes. He knows where to go. Yes. We had the second adventure when we left finally in when was that? 44. Finally left Argentina to America. I was 17.
In Buenos Aires, you lived in an apartment. You had an apartment.
No, we had a room in a pension. Some sort of hotel. Residence.
For 3 years you lived in a room in a pension?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't have an apartment until maybe 2 years and a half.
You felt all the time that you are temporary in...
oh yes, sure. We're waiting for visas to America.
Yeah.
My father was not with us. He was already...
he came to Argentina and very quickly went to...
Yes, because his sponsor, Mr. Werther, I cabled him to come.
Right.
He gave him a visa. He was had lots of very important man. You know, the director of Chanel, Bourgeois, and so on. He was at ease in America. He was at ease everywhere.
Yeah.
So, no, my father went to America, and we thought we would come immediately. But then there was 41 Pearl Harbor, and the Americans closed every entrance. They closed everything. They were so afraid of spies and so on, and they had many spies inside already.
Yeah.
Many Japanese and maybe Germans too. So they closed. We had for some times you couldn't get in. And I remember when we finally get the permission, we took a boat. I think it took 3 weeks to go to New Orleans. We stayed about 10 days in Panama, and it was hot.
Yeah.
Hot, awful.
It's the equator, yeah.
Very hot because there was never any climate. Then we were on the way. A German submarine stopped the boat, and I remember the German officer coming on board.
Really?
And They were not looking for people, like us. They were looking for to know what kind of
army or army.
Yes, or maybe if it was worth sinking or not sinking the boat, and
yeah. So the Germans were everywhere in the world.
Yes.
In the sea. And
yes. Especially they were very. They didn't want any boats getting food to France or so on, or arms also. Going to New York didn't bother them very much, but going to Europe would have been probably very different.
mm-hmm.
So they just wanted to know where the boat was going, and
you remember seeing him?
yes, getting on the
ladder,
and the German submarine was a few meters.
And on New York, how you got into New York? From St. Louis by a
No,
car?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
It took us by train, I think, 2 days and a night. It's big.
Yeah.
America is a big
America
country.
is a big country.
And the trains were not very fast at that time. No, it was a long way.
Till you get to New York and your father was waiting for you.
Yes. And we kept that apartment even after my mother left and my father died. I stayed in the apartment.
In Manhattan?
In Manhattan. Very nice, 49th Street and
yeah.
3rd Avenue. Very nice section. And I lived there with who became a very good friend, Larry Katzman. He was here. Claire met him.
Really?
He was here a few months ago. Yes, with his wife. He directs. He has two things. First, he is a cartoonist, making designs. His character is Nellie the nurse.
Nellie the nurse?
Yes, that's his character. And then...
and he's drawing for a paper, newspaper?
Yes, he writes, but his main job is his family, and he directs a production of, aerosol, the apparatus which you inhale.
Yeah.
That's, they produce those. And I lived with him. I had not a bad time. We had two French girls who were stranded in New York, Jacqueline and Nicole. And we took them and we lived with them at 4. We had a very nice life for a few months. And they stayed, I think, when we went back to France. Afterwards, they stayed in the apartment.
Oh, it took, how much time it took you to finish the college? A year, 2 years?
No, yes. La journey takes 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, but I did it in 2.5 because I took summer course. And
you wanted to join your mother in Paris?
I had to finish.
Yeah.
I had to, without a baccalaureate, you cannot do anything in France.
Yeah.
You cannot study, you cannot be a doctor, it's the main first step. And
but you learned already in English. The college was in English, not in French.
In first it's in the French school in Buenos Aires.
No, in Buenos Aires French schools, and the college in United States
was English.
In
sure,
English, yeah.
Sure. And I had that, and I don't know how I got 6 months credit for something. I don't remember what. I finished very quickly the BA. I didn't have